All right, ladies, your quick takes on the Price and Pruitt hearings. Yamiche, I'll start with you.
My quick takes are that this is really a foreshadowing of what we're going to see come after Friday. Both Democrats and the Democrats that I've seen, they're really frustrated with these picks. They really don't trust these people. In the case of Price, they really think that he's going to be dismantling healthcare as we know it. And one of the things that I thought was really important was when he was trying to, when these nominees were trying to really kind of talk about the fact that they're not going to really take away the rug from Americans, then they're not going to hurt people's lives. Democrats just don't believe them, and I think that you're really going to see Democrats pushing back against them. I should add that I was in the hearing for the nominee of the Secretary of Education yesterday, and the same feisty back and forth played out there too.
Yeah, absolutely. There's certainly some heated exchanges in that hearing for Betsy DeVos. Caitlin, what about you? Your quick takes on the Price and Pruitt hearings.
Well, interestingly, last week I think you saw lots of Democrats and Republicans actually somewhat interested in this idea that the nominees last week, Tillerson among others, had distanced themselves and drew contrasts with Donald Trump. This week, these are people up for these posts that will really have a serious effect on a lot of Democratic policy. The HHS Secretary, for example, nominee, I should say, Tom Price, will have his official hearing later. This was kind of a preliminary hearing. This is someone who will be responsible for unraveling the health care law that so many Democrats on Capitol Hill worked to pass and think of it as part of the outgoing, as the key part of the outgoing president's legacy. And so it's a really interesting dynamic here at play.
Caitlin, let me stick with you for a moment here. Mr. Trump nominated many of his cabinet members ahead of schedule compared to President Obama, but our Major Garrett is reporting that this is still the slowest confirmation timeline in modern U.S. history. Can Mr. Trump afford not to have a full team behind him on day one?
Right. Lots of Republicans heading into this pointed to the fact that they had confirmed about 7 of then-President Obama's nominees on his inauguration day. And so just to kind of give that comparison in terms of numbers there, this is a slower moving process, and Democrats have been trying to delay it as much as they can and pointing to the lack of finished paperwork, ethics reviews, and those sorts of things. And so what's interesting about these confirmations is that they only require a majority support in the Senate. So Democrats can't really block these nominees, but they can look to different ways to delay, and also looking to some of these nominees who have not kind of finished all of the things that they're supposed to be doing.
Yamiche, let me turn to this. You know, there has been talk of diversity as Mr. Trump has made his pick for these cabinet positions, and Mr. Trump picked the last spot for his cabinet, former Georgia Governor Sonny Perude, for Agriculture Secretary. Do you think that there might be some backlash because he didn't choose a more diverse candidate?
It's tough to say. The Democrats have so much on their plate. They're fighting for so much as they think about the unraveling of the Affordable Care Act, as they think about the EPA, as they think about women's rights. There's so many issues that they're going to have to choose from on how to really make a big think about them, essentially. So the Democrats that I've talked to, they haven't really been talking to me about the fact that they're upset about the actual makeup of the cabinet. And I should say that Donald Trump only got 8% of the black vote. And in that way, people weren't really expecting for him to have this super diverse cabinet that was going to be filled with people who reflected America. And I think in that way, people are probably going to be more upset about what policies these cabinet members deal with, rather than the makeup of it. So I think it's going to really be up to American people. But I suspect that there's going to be a lot more to fight about than the race of the cabinet.